Dear chess friends, ladies and gentlemen, let's to start our last broadcast from Alliance Classic Open Tournament, end of year 2014, one of the strongest open in the world, maybe one of the top 10 open by prize fund. First prize is 11,000 and we are watching game from board number 1 today. Both leaders, two leaders, Vladimir Onischuk from Ukraine and Tigran Petrosian, Tigran Livonovich Petrosian, not Tigran Vartanovich Petrosian from Armenia. Both players, they have 6.5 points and a player behind a player, they have 6.5 points, 6 points. So Vladimir Onischuk, it was very exciting game, Pirk opening. Nobody blames these two players if they make draw without play, make draw agreement. So prices first 11, second 8.5, 6,000 third price. So according tie break, all was in the top. They played both good tournaments, but they decide to play, and we saw very exciting game, and all spectators was in tension till last minute of this round and last minute of third Alliance Classical Tournament. Knight c3, bishop g7, f4, 3 pawns attack, knight f3, castle e5. Let me talk. Main line maybe here, bishop d3, e5 is dangerous move. There is so many complications coming if knight going back on d7 on e8. Main line is h4, but Tigran Petrosian, he took on e5, Vladimir Onischuk took, queen d1. Here what I studied a little bit this position, and what I remember, if king take on d1, best reaction here by black is knight h5. If knight d1, knight should go in center on d5. This is what I remember. Now my knowledge is finished. c4 played Vladimir Onischuk, knight b4, knight b6, also possible was knight b4, knight b6, knight d3, and knight c6. What I checked, knight c6 is novelty here, very strange position, played very rare, not investigated by theory, and knight c6, and very difficult to make evaluation here, who is better. White is playing, trying to switch off, play bishop on g7, and playing for space, trying to take space, knight a4, bishop b5, knight c5, knight d5. So now for on c7 on e7, bishop e6. Okay, after knight c7, only white, black can be better here. Knight e6, castle, knight cd4. Black solved all open problems here. And Vladimir Onischuk, he playing more sharper. Knight e7, king h8. Let's to check how the pawns. 6 against 6, c6 weak pawn, castle of course, f6. Immediately attacking center, knight c6, bishop d5, looks very okay. All moves normal, very natural. So he take f6, rook f6, knight should go on e5, knight is strong, square e5, protected by another knight. As compensation, black has more piece activity and two bishops. Knight e6 attacking on f4, should protect on f4 by g3. Very interesting move again, g5, putting more spice in position Tigran Petrosian. Knight g4. Also I checked it all moves its first lie by Houdini, rook f8, knight take g5. Now Tigran Petrosian played knight d4, again sharp. In case of knight g5, f take g5. Take f1, king f1, bishop d4, bishop e3, bishop b2, rook b1, bishop g7. Looks white is better, is no risk to lose this game. And Tigran Petrosian playing more sharp, putting, yes, as I told, spice in this game. Knight e3, also nice defense, knight attacking bishop, bishop coming back on b7, king f2, protecting all squares near king, h6, knight h3 only move, knight f3 attacking h2. Now looks white in danger, but Alexander Onischuk playing very cool here, g4, with idea king g3, bishop f3, double attack, rook g3, again king g3 is threat, bishop e4, need knight, let's give knight square on f3, knight retreat on f3, rook, now f1 or d1, Onischuk played rook d1, knight d4 Petrosian, rook e1, preventing against knight e2, rook e8, again all black pieces now is working, very active, so Onischuk need to develop his last pieces, rook a1 and bishop d2, knight f3, bishop b4, excellent move. Now white is simply making position more simply, trying to change more pieces. In case of rook g8, there is move for rook c1, if bishop b2, bishop c3. Very important to change at least one bishop, and white is even slightly better here. Tigran Petrosian, of course, he's playing now for win. He took on e1, bishop f8, bishop take f8, rook take e1, bishop d5. Maybe best move here was simple knight c2, now pin, try to change pieces, knight rook e1, knight e1, rook e1, knight e1, bishop a2, and slightly better black, two bishops, but material is not so many pawns on the board, so white can achieve draw here. King h4, very this move risky, looks risky, and here Tigran Petrosian, only here he missed chances to win this tournament in nice way. He played here bishop c5, but he has very nice move, bishop e7. Okay, bishop led to c5. Case of bishop e2, rook a1, bishop e6. Rook e3 is not promise anything. We will see why, because rook e3, rook take e2, bishop e7, where is move g5. If bishop b4, white can play rook d1, rook take e3, rook d1, bishop e1, king h5, rook take h3, king g6, and even white is winning by checkmate on d8. So bishop e7 check. In the game, Petrosian played bishop c5, but he has, I asked him, he has in this moment 7 minutes, and maybe he can find bishop e7 check, where is now, okay, there is 3 moves, king h5 is losing by checkmate, by nice checkmate, bishop f7, king h6, rook g8, and checkmate coming from f8. Another move g5, bishop, and now bishop b4, rook d1, and here bishop f3, same idea. Main black threat is rook. In case of rook, for example, d3 to protect knight, bishop e1 is also checkmate. If not checkmate, white should give peace, and they are losing two knights. So bishop f3 here, rook d3, bishop e1, also winning. So only move was g5, bishop b4, rook d1, bishop f3. Here, no, this is a variation. So it seems, what about king g3 was also bad due to bishop b4 now, bishop, and some move like bishop c4, and black after white rook c2, black taking on e3 with check, very important variation. So Tigran, very important, king will stay on g3 instead of, yes, and king g3, bishop b4, also rook cannot move because of rook e3, so after bishop c4, white should take on c4, and rook e2, black exchange up and better position here. Tigran Petrosian played and allow his opponent to escape. Rook e1, knight a1, bishop take a2, knight d3, bishop d4, b4, very good move here. White black pawn keeping white pawn on b4, keeping two blacks pawn a7 and c5. Tigran Petrosian bringing king to center. Looks maybe c5 move is not working here. B takes c5, a5. Also white can promote, can push his passed pawn, c4, c7, and only risky. Now black is in risk to lose this position. King g7, f5, bishop f6 check, bishop e7. Under pressure, under main threat now, bishop c4, king f3, king f6, knight f2, trying to make check on e4, bishop d5 only move, knight e4 check, king capture on e4, king g5, king f3. Another way for draw was king d5, also interesting, maybe more complicated. In d5, king g4, king e6, bishop f8, f6, knight e5, and some perpetual check by knight f3. But maybe Onischuk now he saw forced draw by king f3. Petrosian played here a6. And his opponent played knight f4, bishop b4, knight e6, king f6, knight a7. Okay, this is my variation, and king e3 here draw, and Tigran chooses his c6 move. Yeah. c6, knight e5, bishop b4, knight c6. And knight a7, sacrifice knight here, maybe more simple way to draw. f6, also this pawn don't need, because king corner of king is opposite corner of black bishop's color, so LH1 main idea for white is stay in the corner, h1, king h1. Some stalemate ideas is not dangerous. We will see king h1, king h2, bishop f2, king h1, bishop g1, and now g5, h take g5, stalemate. This position you can see, you can analyze, black cannot win this position. In any case, after king g3 here, for example, white will play g5, and if h5 is g6, it's famous theoretical position, and in case of capture on g5 is stalemate, coming stalemate, draw. Game ended draw, and during this game also opponents, they know Gaius Nigalidze. He was leader during first 7 rounds. He won against his compatriot Mikhail Chedlishvili. So and Gaius Nigalidze by tiebreak was better. Prizes here given by tiebreak, and Gaius Nigalidze, in case of draw was happened, became winner of this tournament. Second was Tigran Petrosian. Third was his opponent in this game, Vladimir Onischuk. And fourth coming Sergei Gigalko. He won, against Indian player Gopal. And so all these 4 players got 4.5 points. Shared places from 1 till 4, with 7 points from 9. By tiebreak, winner and holder of main first prize $11,000 became Gaius Nigalidze from Georgia. His sensation here, he was in not top seeded, his Grandmaster 2536 rating, but open tournament, we know, full of surprises. It was big fight, and we saw one example of this fight, game between Onischuk and Petrosian. So thank you very much for your attention. You watch it with us, with our team, me and Iranian well-known chess promoter, chess arbiter, organizer Mehredat Pehlevanzadeh, and me, Grandmaster Komarov. I hope we are trying to show you some nice games, some instructive games from Alliance Classic Chess Open, and hope see you again next year in the 4th edition of Alliance Classic Chess Open. Thank you very much for attention.